Extraordinary accessories for the home and table make a delicious meal that much more special. I'm Emily Rodney here in New York City, celebrating the holidays in style. With gorgeous placemats and festive stemware, I'm ready to put this homeware to good use. So let's go behind the burner and meet the designer. I'm here with designer Kim Seybert. It's the holidays, and we're here to make a fabulous meal. What are we making today?
We're making fig calabrese. It's very simple. You take a fig, and I like to use a dried fig, and just snip off the end, the little stem, and then cut it in quarters, but don't cut all the way through, just cut crosswise.
Kind of like it's opening up like a flower.
And then if you pinch the bottom, then it will open up like a flower. We use gorgonzola cheese, and we stuff the fig with gorgonzola cheese, and I actually like to use as much cheese as I can get stuffed in there.
Me too.
Because it tastes much better.
More cheese, the better.
And then you take a Valencia almond with like salted, because it makes it a much better flavor.
Okay.
And stuff your Valencia almond in here, and then just kind of smush it back together like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
A neat little package.
Right, and like I said, as much cheese as we can get in here, it makes it much tastier. And then these are very, very simple.
Do you want me to hold it?
Okay, thank you. And then what we do is we will wrap it in prosciutto. So again, I like to warm the prosciutto in room temperature so that it wraps around easily.
That's a nice tip. So warm your prosciutto to warm temperature.
Now, there's usually a little bit of the fat like along the edge of the prosciutto, and I always put that towards the bottom of the fig. And then wrap it with a little tension, just so that you make sure you wrap all of your cheese in there like really well. And then just push all of that little bit of fat, because that will cook right off when you put it into the oven. And then you just fold it over, and there you go. So that's your, the preparation is all done. And then we just pop them in the oven.
Great.
Very simple.
Perfect.
And these pop in the oven for about 4 minutes. So I'm going to, at 500.
Okay. Oh.
So I'm going to set
high temperature.
Yeah,
for
very high
time.
temperature. And I'll set the timer for 4 minutes.
Great.
And then once they pop out of the oven, we add a little sprig of thyme, and which even adds just like that one more element into the flavor. And you're all ready.
Yes.
You're ready for your cocktail.
A perfect holiday treat. We're just gonna get a little head start on our holiday cocktail. So Kim, what are we making?
We're making an orange chocolatini, and it's one of my favorite cocktails for the holidays. Let's start with a glamorous martini shaker.
Yes, glamorous barware.
And we'll put some ice in the shaker to begin with. Next, we're going to use Van Gogh chocolate vodka.
Great.
And this you can find, it's a little tricky to find the chocolate vodka, so just call ahead to your liquor store.
That's a great tip.
So equal parts chocolate vodka and orange vodka. I'm using Grey Goose, but you can use any kind of orange vodka. And in the martini shaker, put on the lid, and we will shake it up. One thing to remember, Emily, is that we want to make sure that the vodka is it comes from the freezer. It's very nice and cold.
That's a great tip. Make sure your liquor is always kept in the freezer. So now we have our glass right here, and we're going to put a little orange zest in.
Yes.
And that helps with the color and also the great taste of orange.
It makes
zest.
a really nice little flavor.
Great.
And it looks beautiful. So we'll pour in our martini. And then next, I'll have you do that, Emily. We're going to shave some chocolate over the top of the martini. And when the martini is nice and chilled, the chocolate will just float on the top. So then you have this beautiful orange chocolatini with your chocolate floating on top. You can also make this cocktail and make it a little bit more of a dessert cocktail by putting heavy cream in your martini shaker, shaking it up, And then that gives it a little creamy look to it, and it's a more after dinner type of cocktail, which I love.
That's a great tip.
Thank you.
So our figs were in the oven for about 5 minutes at 500 degrees, and now we're ready to plate. What do you have to plate your appetizers?
I like to use Goya black beans or any kind of a black bean on the surface of the platter. And then here I've just laid a few sprigs of sage to make, just to give it a little bit of color on the tray. But the nice thing about the black beans is it will actually kind of help hold the appetizer in place on the platter.
That's a great tip. I never thought to do that. So let's plate a few and then let's go try.
Okay.
So this has the prosciutto, the almonds,
gorgonzola cheese,
and the figs.
And the fig. And it's got this sweet and savory flavor that I love.
Great. Oh my God, it's so amazing. Perfect for the holidays. You really taste the orange zest.
I love it. It's the crispness of the martini, I think, tastes really good next to the fig and the savoriness of the appetizer.
Definitely, and I've never had chocolate vodka, and it definitely really comes out in the orange chocolatini. I liked it a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me, Kim.
I'm glad you could be here.
Stay tuned to Behind the Burner, where we give you the tips, tricks, and techniques that are lighting the culinary world on fire.